Amari Cooper was traded to the Cleveland Browns for a 5th-round pick this year and a swap of 6 rounders.
You know what, though,
Wow.
Max? I don't think it's the player, though. It's not the player.
It's the
Yeah,
contract
I
you're going
think
to say?
it's the contract. It honestly is.
I think it's a
I
mixture
think
of both. It's a player not living up to the contract.
most definitely. And I think it's a mixture of injuries. Like, he's an injury prone guy. I think when times get tough, like, the dude just cannot stay healthy. And all it took was CD Lamb to fucking push him out of the way and be like, hey, I'm wide receiver number 1. That's
Well, I
all it
feel
took.
like just drafting him put the timer on this deal, and it really Denver made sense to pay him all that money. I think what happened was you trade a 1st-round pick to your team, the Raiders.
Yeah.
You got to keep the asset. He has all
Right.
the leverage. And in NFL, usually when you trade for someone, give up that much draft capital, Orlando Brown, franchise tag. That's what happens. You got to keep the asset. The Seahawks were destroyed for trading a 2nd-round pick for Clowney and then letting him walk the next year. But maybe they were right instead of being just held to the gun and say, hey, give me $60 million.
Yeah. But they found a suitor. And I think part of them finding a suitor was not only, it wasn't the fact of like, oh, no one wanted Amari Cooper. I think it was more like, all right, who's with both of these trades that we're going to talk about? It was more of, okay, who's going to take on this contract? Who has enough salary to take it on? Because we'll give him to you. And that's what happened with the Cleveland Browns. They were willing to take on his contract. And let's be real, $20 million. That's a lot for Amari Cooper. Just the whole, you gotta, like we just said, you gotta put everything into it. The player itself, yeah, you can just be like, oh yeah, he's worth it. If everything is right, it's worth it. But the Browns are taking on an injury prone guy, just like they've been have. Like Odell, injury prone when they got him. Jarvis Landry, a guy that gets hurt a lot, injury prone. And now they got Amari Cooper. Do you like the fit, Max?
Well, it makes it easier to accept him when you cut Jarvis Landry and save all that money from his contract. And basically, it's kind of a little bit of a wash. I know you're going to still pay Coop 20, but when you save 10 with Jarvis, it's an easier pill to swallow.
Yeah.
The fit, it's not really. I think Amari Cooper's going to feel like he's playing in Bama again, which is all this run stuff.
You know what Amari Cooper reminds me of, Max? He reminds me, he's like equivalent to an NBA player that puts up good numbers, but he's not a winning player. Like, there's gonna be that guy on TV or just a guy like on a podcast and be like, Amari Cooper's the shit, like AJ Brown. AJ Brown, perfect example. I don't know if you've seen this, but he tweeted out about Amari Cooper. He's like, Amari Cooper is one of the best route runners, yada, yada, yada. How is he going for a 5th-round pick, 6th-round pick? Well, dude, it's because of all the shit we said, the injuries, the fucking fact that he doesn't come out in big games like you, AJ Brown. Like, there's gonna be some dickhead out there is gonna be like, he's the best route runner. Oh, he is this, he is that. Yeah, you can mention that about every single player in the NFL. Everyone's talented, Max. And when everything is going right, you can argue that that guy's the best player on the team. But it doesn't go right for Amari Cooper. It's either the injuries or he simply gets fucking a lot of yards against Green Goblin.
No, he usually gets locked
Or
up
is
by
it the
Green Goblin.
opposite?
No, Green
Yeah.
Goblin locks him up in the biggest game
Okay,
of the
Green
year.
Goblin's the one.
But he
Who's the
torches
one
our
that he beat
7th-string
from the
corner and talks
Eagles?
shit about it. Jaquette. That bum. But
Yeah,
in Cleveland, I do this trade again. It's not like it's kind of like a buy low, high reward type thing. And especially Baker.
Yeah.
They already talked about Baker's not coming back this year. You'll have the cap space to eat this contract. You get a little draft capital, as little as it is. The Browns made a good move because they have no wide receivers at all.